All right, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, August 5th, and we have about a minute and a half to market open. Let's see. Wow, my charts are frozen. Okay, wait, I got it. So let's see. This is just something I was following earlier. Um, so pre-market high is gonna be up here, of course. Pre-market low, I think, will be right here. Today, I wouldn't take the pre-market low because it's literally next to a bearish order block, so maybe the pre-market high. Regarding the market open move, we are looking for a sell, but the sell is next to this bullish order block. So I, let's see. I don't think I would be looking to take this. Let's see. We are looking for a sell. We do have a bullish order block up there. So it's not the best of moves for the sell. But if anything, I would wait for it to come up here before taking it. So maybe if it tests, again, it's a risky sell because we have the 4-hour bullish order block right there. But the pre-market sell will be when we touch this hourly EMA right there. Let's see. Again, for this one, I'm taking, if you take it with low risk. Um, all right, so I would take it somewhere there. Again, we do have, it's not the best entry because we do have this 4-hour bullish high order block. And mostly like one of our confluences is that we don't want to take a buy where a bearish order block is or a sell where a bullish order block is. But that would be the pre-market, I'm sorry, the market open entry. There is an EMA here. Let's see if we have a supply zone. So we don't have any supply zone in there, so that's fine. Um, and here, one of the reasons I was looking at one of those market moves before is let me see. This phase right here, you have an accumulation phase, then you have manipulation, then you probably have distribution to the upside. So I think US30 might pump up probably because you can see if you see this wick, this big wick right here, it was rejecting off of an order block, off of the low of the 4-hour bullish order block that's right there. Um, So yeah, so I think US30 will still pump up. But personally, I'm looking for, of course, the rejection scalp, the regular rejection scalps that we take. We do have an hourly rejection scalp right here. So I'll put an alert here at 312.3 right here. So 312.3 somewhere there. So we have a hourly SAR right there, and we'll see how that goes. All right. So again, would expect, and this is why like the market open entry wasn't as good because of this 4 hours. So again, right, any entry we take, you want to make sure you don't have an opposing order block. So this one, I still think this one would be a losing position because I do expect this reversal back to the upside and probably if any sell opportunity comes, maybe at this today's pre-market high and maybe at this. So for me, I'm looking to sell at this hourly SAR right here because up there we do have the bearish order blocks. So in any case, I would want US30 to pump up and then come and catch a sell probably up here. All right, so you can see this again, the market open entry would have lost because again, the red flag here is this, right? So everything else was good for the pre-market or for the market open entry because you can see most of the EMAs were red before the candle, before the market open. And of course, since the candle before market open wasn't being touched by any EMA, you wait for price to come up and touch either the highest or second to the highest EMA. And that's why you'd enter the sell. But of course, the red flag for this one was this 4 hour bullish high. Because if you're looking to sell, and price is almost getting to the hourly SAR up there. So I'm looking to take a sell up there. But anyway, so here, what you the probability is kind of lower because if price gets to that 4 hour bullish high order block, as much as you're looking to sell and as much as the confluences do align, you'd expect something like this. But anyway, so this pre-market, I'm sorry, this I don't know why I keep calling them pre-market. This market open entries, you're going for a 1:2. Last week, I think there were four back-to-back wins for them. So even though anybody took that one, you'd still be in positive for the week. Yeah, but for the market open entries, you want to go for a 1:2 risk to reward because the only the major confluence you're looking at is the direction of the EMAs. So for me here, I'm looking at this entry right here. So I'll start putting my three models. So model one, that's the threshold model. Then you have model two, that is the trend for 1:1.5. Then you have model three, which is our change of structure entry, which we go for a 1:1 risk to reward. And soon I'll be introducing another model, which will be model four. It will be based off of momentum. It will be based off of this buy and sell labels. So soon I'll be taking 4 entries per trade setup. So currently I just take three, but I want to forward test the fourth model for like a month because I did back testing of it for the last 3 months. But soon I'll be taking, depending on the results of 44302, depending on the results of the forward test, I'll be taking 4 entries per trade. All right, so this is coming up here. So I think we've already touched the SCR or we are almost there. Okay. And I'm pretty sure we are in a supply zone. All right. So we've already touched the SAR and now just waiting for price to get up here. So that's the 10-point entry. And I think see 302.4. Okay. All right, so there's the 10-point entry. And the 10-point entry hasn't been the best over the last week or so, but I'm in the 10-point entry and I'm waiting for so I'm in the model one entry. I'm waiting for model two, which is the trend change, and model three, which is the structure change. All right, so I think, okay, so there's the trend change. So I'm in model 2 and I am in model 3. So there we go. There's the entries right there. And let's see if how this will go. So this one here is 44,292. Okay, so the Model 3 has been stopped out. Model 2 is still running. All right. And this might end up going back to the upside. But anyway, so Model 3, which is what we use for the entries. So yesterday, no session. So today, minus 0.75. So Model 2 and Model 1 are still running. Unfortunately, the structure change has been stopped out. So let's see. I'll see if this others end up pushing to TP. Um, and then I'll show you guys what I'm looking for Model 4. So Model 4, I'm looking just for the sell signal or sell label. So if a sell label comes in, I'm not entering right now because I really don't have an account to trade it. But if you do see like a sell entry, that would be what I will be taking as Model 4. Yeah, so you see how that cell printed. So I would take model 4, and this one will be a momentum entry. The reason I need to forward test is I need to check whether I'll be going for a 1:2, 1:1.5. Oh, and so the 10-point entry, model 1 just hit TP, model 2 as well just hit TP as well. So model 4 would be running right now, but I need to check. I think I'll go for a 1:1.5, but given that it will be typically a later entry than the other models, I am tempted to go for a 1:2 risk to reward in order to um, kind of account for the times when price would reverse back to the upside. So Model 1 and Model 2 have hit full TP. Unfortunately, today Model 3 got stopped out, which is fine. So we'll see if we get another trade entry. So EMA wise, so if this candle closes above the 15-minute EMA, um, yeah, we still don't have a demand zone there. Let's see. So let me just take a screen grab of this. So the one that got stopped out at 44,292. Let's see. Save this. All right, so let me see. So if this had, I think even for the momentum or model 4, I'll probably go for a 1:1 because the issue is that by the time model 4 is coming up, price has already gone in that direction for a good amount. So I'll probably be going for 1:1 or 1:1.5. But in this instance here, and I need to journal this as well because I haven't opened an account for it. So this would be model 4, momentum. Let's see. All right. So 1:2 would have hit as well for model 4. So in about, maybe not even in about a month, in maybe the beginning of next week, I'll start taking these 4 trades as they are. So model 4 is just the buy or sell signal, and it will be like a momentum entry. So model 1 is threshold entry, model 2 is trend entry, model 3 is structure entry, and model 4 would be momentum entry. See, SAR stats. Hmm, scalps. Hmm, copy. Hmm. Nice. Um, if price does come to this hourly EMA right here, I'll be so EMA wise, the only sell for the SAR, I'm sorry, for the EMA rejection scalp is here at EMA 2. So if price does get up there, I'll be taking an entry, a sell entry here. All right, 15. So let's see. Do we have a demand zone here? No. So we don't have a demand zone on this 15-minute EMA. If we had, again, I'm still expecting this continuation, accumulation, manipulation, distribution to the upside. And we've seen this in the charts before, maybe I think 2 weeks ago. So we might just reject off of this 4-hour bullish order block and then push up, probably. But unfortunately, we don't have. If we had a demand zone here, I would have taken a buy on US30 on the retest of the 15-minute EMA one. Um, Right. So there we go. We are testing the 15-minute EMA, but if we had a demand zone, that's when I would have taken a buy, but we don't have a demand zone anywhere there. Let me see. I will take, let me see what I want to do. On one of my accounts here, I'll take a larger, not larger, I'll take a small entry, but go for like a 1:5. Mm, let me see. Uh, 50 points. Where's 50 points? Okay. I'll try and see if I can catch this move if it does happen. Again, this is just because I'm expecting price to push up. So I want to see if something like this is gonna happen. If it doesn't, well and good, no issue. I'm just taking it on one of my accounts that don't allow me to do copy trading. So I want stop loss to be below this low. So something like this here. And go for like a 1:4. Um, anyway, that's just my own entry. I'm trying to see if this is going to materialize. But I'm going for a 1:4. Again, that's just a little I'm risking like literally $200 on this one. Um, but we'll see. See, and I need. All right. I also need to fix something. Um, this is five. If we break this candle low, this if we break this wick on the low end here, then this setup to the upside would be invalidated because, of course, if there's manipulation to the downside, you don't want a candle to come back down and break the wick of the manipulation candle. So if price drops here, then this setup would be invalidated, and then probably now we would now start reversing back down to the downside. But even looking at that by itself, we do have the 4-hour EMA one here that hasn't been tested. We have the 15-minute EMA two that hasn't been tested. So if price comes down here, personally, I would not, let's see. So next to the 4-hour EMA one, we have let's see. So we have two possible buy entries here. We have a buy at the 4-hour EMA one. We have a buy at the 15-minute EMA two. Um, red flags on this one is this order block, this bear, so two bearish order blocks. So if I line up the entry of the 4-hour EMA one, you can see that the hourly bearish high is about 50% of the stop loss. And we do have a bullish order block, but it's a 15-minute bullish, so it's a lower time frame bullish order block. If we line up the 15-minute EMA one entry to this bearish order block, the bearish order block is about 80% of the TP. So still a red flag, not the best setup, but personally, I would still take it because as much as the probabilities are low, I like that the bearish order block is about 80 or 90%. But for me, if the order block is at entry, like today during market open, the market open entry. So if the order block is at entry, or if the order block is about 50% of my entry and my TP or stop loss, depending on the direction of the order block, then that's where I would not take it. But if the opposing side order block is about 80% or 90% of my TP or stop loss, then I would take that entry. But for these two EMAs right here, I would rather take the 15-minute EMA to buy as opposed to the. Oh, wait, did you guys see that? You see that gap? Oh my God, wait, that's crazy. I think we must have had heavy news. Give me 1 second here. All right, so let's think this through. Um, this is tricky. This is tricky. I will take a model 1 and model 2 entry. No, model 2 and model 3 entry, depending on, let's see how this will go. We know we are at the 15-minute and the 4-hour EMA 2. So I will take model 2. I think there was news. Um, so this will be model 2. I think it's gonna close. So I'm looking for a green candle and then the green X. So whichever comes first. Okay, so there it is. So let's see how this candle will close. Mm, okay, so I'm in model 2 and model 3. So we didn't have an opportunity to enter model 1 because of that huge manipulation. And again, it is a risky trade setup, this one. So let's see. It is a risky-ish. If price comes, and I got, I actually got taken out of that as well. Um, let's see. Give me 1 second here. Uh, 44, 151. Let's see. Mm. All right, so this setup right here is invalidated because we have price closing below, or I'm sorry, price has broken that manipulation candle. So that one as well. So model 3, even for that one, I took an L, which brings it to, if I look at this, what are we in? So that would be two back-to-back Ls for that entry. So for the 10-point entry, I'm still up because I didn't take any entry for model 1. For model 2, which is what we use to just follow these entries, that one got stopped out, and also model 3. So model 3 is what we use. So model 2, I go for a 1:1.5 risk to reward. So model 3 on the previous trade, I made 3K. On this trade, I lost 2K. So I'm still up 1,000 on the model 2 account. On the model 3 account, which is what we use to track the official entries. Unfortunately, that one is a L as well. So for any official trades, for on the live stream, I'm not taking any more official trades. I'll just take the Model 1 and Model 2 entries because for those accounts, I'm up in profit. Um, and for me, since I normally give myself three three back-to-back losses per day, I have an opportunity to take one more trade on the Model 3 account. But for you guys, I don't, if anybody took, for example, those two back-to-back L's, I wouldn't recommend taking another trade. See, there is this 4-hour EMA to here, 0.22. All right, so we'll see if price will come back down to this 4-hour EMA too. On the upper side, there are sell opportunities up here on the 15-minute. No, actually, never mind. So on the 15-minute here, if I turn on the zones, there is no supply zone here on the 15-minute. We have a 30-minute EMA too that hasn't been tested. On the 30-minute time frame, there is no supply zone as well. So as much as we have untested EMAs up here, we do not have a supply zone anywhere, whether it's on the 15-minute or on the 30-minute. So the only potential entry here is at this 4-hour EMA too. So this candle is closed below the 15-minute EMA too. However, I wouldn't take a sell from there because of course we're in a demand zone. So in order for me to have to take a sell there, this would have had to be a supply zone. So still no entry. The only entry I'm waiting on is if price gets to this 4-hour EMA too. So that's the only possible entry I'm waiting for. Because even to the upside, all these EMAs that have been untested are in a neither in a supply zone nor a demand zone. Let's see here. Oh, here's the other thing about Model 4 that I forgot. So Model 4, and one of the reasons why I'm trying to have diverse models is because is to spread the risk across all my accounts because at this point I have like, oh, as of yesterday I have like 15 accounts. So just having two entry models kind of is not the best way to spread the risk. So if I have four, so for example, here, if we kind of look into, let's assume that model one, so we didn't take model one here because price gapped down, but we take, or I took model two and model two and model three ended up getting stopped out, right? But the key is model four, you would wait for the buy or sell label to show up, and then you enter. So you can see even after this downtrend here, Model 4, because I was looking for a buy, Model 4 had not shown up yet, right? Because we kept being in a downtrend, in a downtrend. The next time Model 4 showed up, or the next time the buy label showed up, was here. So you can see it showed up after this whole downtrend and came back up here. I don't know if it would have gone for the whole 1:2, which is again why I am testing or forward testing this. So it would have lost, it wouldn't even have gone to a 1:1 risk to reward. Yeah, so it would have lost whether it's a 1:1, 1:2, or 1:1.5. But yeah, so you can see here, you go through those models like step by step. So model one is the first one. Model two is typically the second one, even though sometimes model two and model three will show up at the same time. But typically it's model one, you enter, model two, you enter, model three, you enter, and then the last one to enter would be model four. Definitely model four is the last one because this labels normally come out after model one, two, and three. So I just need to journal that last one as well. Uh, let's see. Let's see. Alright, so let's see. We also have this SAR, this daily SAR here. Let's see, what price point is it? 005. So that's 95.6. Okay, so this is a tricky one, right? So we have two levels. We have this daily SAR and then we have this 4-hour EMA too. Either way, we already had like two back-to-back losses. So on the live session, I really don't recommend anybody to take any other trades unless you have different accounts like me. So for me, on one account, I'm up 4K. On this account for the 10-point threshold, I'm up 4,000 per account. On the second account, I'm up 1,000 per account. On the third account, I'm down 4,000 per account. So because we took two back-to-back losses here. So we have two entries that are coming up. The first one is the 4-hour EMA 2 entry. Uh, yep, the EMA 2 entry. And the second one is the daily SAR entry. So both of them are buys. They're pretty close to each other. So if anybody wants to take anything, this is the most optimal one. But for me, I can, or you can just split your risk into two, right? You can divide your risk into two. so that you enter the top one and then the bottom one. But regardless whether it's a buy or whether it's a win or a loss, like it's we're not gonna really follow on that because we anytime we hit two back-to-back losses on the daily on the live session, that should be enough trading for that day. All right, so let's see. So best case scenario is this EMA to be 11.3 to be invalidated. That's the best case scenario. The EMA entry to be invalidated and then price comes down to the daily SAR entry. That's the best case scenario. The other best case scenario is price to push heavily just one time and tap the bottom area so that it validates both entries at the same time. Okay. This is the big drops from the sell we took up here. It's like about almost 300 points drop for US30. That's a lot. That is actually a lot, and it's only been an hour. It's ab- about a 300 drop, 300 point drop in US or for US30 in an hour. That's a little high. Mhm. So I think these are the last two holding points for US30. If price breaks this SAR and breaks this 4-hour EMA, then we might have a deeper drop in US30 because currently well, according to how I trade, these are the last holding points for US30. Looks like we even broke today's pre-market low. All right. So huh. All right. So we have touched the 4-hour EMA too. So if we get a crossover buy here, or if we get a green X, this setup will be invalidated. So if you get a green X before price touches this entry or touches the 10-point threshold entry or model one entry, that will invalidate that zone, which would be good because we know we have a daily sell SAR at the bottom of this. So we'll see whichever comes first. Best case is that it flushes and touches both of them at once. That would be the best thing to happen. Um, well, we'll see. All right. So the 10 point would be there for the EMA entry. I think it might touch that daily SAR. It might touch it, but we'll see. So we've already touched that daily EMA. I'm sorry, daily SAR, and price might come further down. Okay, let's see. So I think Model 2 is Model 2 validated? Yeah. And then Model 3. So Model 2 validated here. So Model 3, I'm not gonna, so Model 3, we've already taken two back-to-back losses for Model 3. That would be the entry for it. But again, whether it wins or loses, I'm not going to count it towards the day statistics. For me, I give myself three back-to-back losses. So for me, I can take it. But I know there is this entry, still the daily. So the daily SAR here. So we came close to, I think we came close to the 10-point threshold, unless my math was off. 5.7, this should be 95.7. I think we came past it like just by, or we missed it just by a few. So I'll see how this one goes. But I think we might, if US30 breaks this daily SAR here, then I think we might be in for a very bearish day on US30. But we'll see how that goes. And then, of course, Model 4. So I'll kind of line up Model 4 as well. So Model 4 would just be looking for a buy label or for a buy signal, which would probably close above there. All right. We need price to push above this EMA. That would be good. All right. So this would be Model 4. And I'm just doing this to mark it up. Again, I haven't started taking Model 4, but in future, so that's how I would enter Model 4. I would wait for the buy or sell signal right there. And maybe I'll start taking it next week or something. But if we're going to recover to the upside for US30, this is the place to recover from. All right, so my Model 3 entry, Model 3 hit TP. Unfortunately, even though it's a win, I'm not going to count it as a win because for you guys, if we have two back-to-back losses, I really don't follow any other trades or trade entries. So model 4 would have lost. I'm still in model 1 and model 2, but looks like we might be coming back to the downside for them. Yeah. So model 1, I've been stopped out of model 1, which is a 10-point entry. I may get stopped out of model 2, which is the trend entry. Maybe. So I'm still in the model 2 entry. I got stopped out of the model 1. Yeah, but anyway, so if US30 breaks this, which I think we will, it looks like US30 wants to flash down. That will be it for the just expect US30 to push down and maybe push down to this 4-hour SAR that's down here. Um, all right, so for me, on the Model 1 account, 2 wins, 1 loss. So I'm up 2K per account on Model 1. On Model 2, I am down, I think, $1,000 because it's what is it? Yeah, 2 losses, 1 win. And then on Model 3, 2 wins, 1 loss. I'm only down 1,000. So I think I'm at break even for the day across all of my accounts. But if you, yeah, so breaking a 4-hour EMA. So again, 4-hour EMA is a very high time frame EMA, right? And then breaking a daily sell SAR. So you can see we did have that rejection when price hit TP on the Model 3 entry that was right here. Is it this one? No, it's this other one. So when price hit TP on the Model 3 entry, you can see that heavy rejection back down to the downside. So, and US30 at this point, since we took the sell up here on a little bit after market open, price has dropped about close to 400 points. So that's for a 400-point drop in or 350-point drop in US30 in a manner of about an hour. So I think whatever news happened at 10, so maybe it's the whole tariff thing that's going on. So maybe that's what propelled US30 to drop down because a 400-point drop in an hour and a half is a bit too high. And you can see as much as our levels are being respected, we still have a strong push to the downside. So at least for me, I was able to recover one of the losses for the Model 3 entry. And then for the other entries, at break even across all my accounts. So we have 15 more minutes. So even though, let's see what we have here. Even though price gets to this 4-hour SAR right here, I wouldn't take this buy because, actually I would, never mind. I would take this buy because this bearish order block is 80 or 90% of the stop loss. I'm sorry, between entry and take profit. So I would actually take this. But we would have to drop another 100 points in the next 15 minutes for me to take this trade. Uh, and actually, no, I wouldn't take that trade because that trade, so let's see, so it's a 4-hour SAR. So on the 15-minute time frame, there's no area of demand because it's literally above the demand area. If I look at the 4-hour chart, no, that's not it. If I look at the 4-hour chart, yeah, if I look at the 4-hour chart, there's no this 4-hour buy SAR is not in an area of demand. So yeah, so I wouldn't take a buy down here. So unless we form an SAR between where price is at, so maybe unless we form an SAR somewhere between here, that's the only time. And even then, I don't want an SAR that's a little bit too close to this 30-minute bearish high. So unless we form an SAR somewhere, so let me see. 20 points from here would be, so an SAR has to be formed above this zone for me to take a buy. Say so either above this zone or below here. So we have about 13 minutes to see if that's gonna happen or not. If not, then that will be it for the day. So the end of the summer months is a bit tricky. Has been all over the place. But hopefully once we start getting back to the fall, price will start being less trendy. All right. So given how, so we didn't form an SAR 20 points above, 20 points above this bearish order block because this was the last area to form an SAR where I could have taken a scalp, a rejection scalp. So even for this 4-hour buy here, it's not touching any demand area, and on the 4-hour time frame we don't have any demand as well. So I really don't see anything that's going to come up in the next 10 minutes or so. So that will be it for today. Yeah, that will be it for today because even looking at any cells, there literally isn't any cell that's lining up because all these cells are not in an area of supply. So hopefully we get more entries probably tomorrow and the rest of the week. So today, unfortunately, we had two back-to-back losses. Uh, and maybe we can hopefully make that back tomorrow with probably two back-to-back wins or not or something like that. But anyway, other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good